Facebook is more than a website. For many people, it's a way of life. But is the social network losing its allure? A new study by the Pew Internet Project finds that 61% of Facebook's users have at times taken a break for several weeks or more. And 20% of adults online say they used to be members of Facebook, but no more. So is Facebook addiction a thing of the past? Joining us now in San Francisco, Sarah Lacy, founder and editor-in-chief of the tech site pandodaily.com. And here in Washington, Mario Armstrong, digital lifestyle editor for HLN. Sarah Lacy, if people are taking long breaks from being on Facebook, does that mean it's becoming a bit passé?
Well, I think when you get to 1 billion users, you can't expect everyone to use the site in the same way. I mean, I think since Facebook started getting mainstream, people have been saying, oh, it's getting old, oh, it's a fad. I mean, I remember sort of covering this story in 2007 or so. I think what gives it a little bit more legs this time is that most people are using their phones for their social habits and their social time while they're standing in line or waiting in traffic. And Facebook has an absolutely horrible mobile app. I mean, that's why I haven't been to Facebook in weeks. It crashes every time I open it.
You haven't been to Facebook in weeks.
The
editor of Pando Daily has not been on. You haven't updated your status. You haven't posted baby pictures or anything.
You know what? I even got some gifts over Facebook gifts for my birthday, and I never claimed them because I tried to go on my phone and it broke.
You are out. Let me turn to Mario Armstrong. Now, maybe some folks feel kind of overwhelmed by having to keep up with all the friends and the pictures and the updates, and so they pull the plug just to kind of get their balance back.
Well, that could certainly be the case. I mean, I feel that people are looking for what's their attention attraction. It's like, how much time in the day do I have? How much time can I actually allocate to things? And what's most important to me to allocate that time to? I feel sad for Sarah's friends that have allocated some time for her to get some gifts, and they
are bummed.
They're bummed that she hasn't cashed in on the gifts yet. But I do understand that people need to take a digital diet and take a break from this stuff, and it can be too much. You're finding people now sitting around not having conversations at the doctor's office, at locations where you would normally engage with other people because they're stuck to their phone and fixated on their social media.
You know, Sarah, that was always the question about Mark Zuckerberg's company, which is what happens when it's no longer considered the shiny new object?
Well, I think we have to resist this faddishness in covering technology. I mean, look, Facebook, let's step back. Facebook has done something no one has ever done in the history of the world. It has wired together 1 billion people who never have to lose touch with each other. I mean, I don't buy that people are going to start canceling, their memberships to Facebook. I think the danger is it's becoming like LinkedIn, where it's this kind of AAA card in the back of your wallet where if you need to get in touch with someone, you've lost touch with them, you go there and you find them, but it's not this daily engagement point. Now, that works for LinkedIn because LinkedIn has undercut the recruiting market.
Right.
And it's given people a big reason to make money when they go there. It's providing something very, very valuable that a subset of its users will pay for. So it can be a multi-billion-dollar company without you going every day. Facebook doesn't have that. Facebook is trying to show you ads. So, look, I think it's still something very, very valuable, and it could, so it's too early to say it's peaked, but it needs to recognize the mobile problem and the engagement problem.
Just briefly, I spend more time on Twitter because on Facebook it's harder for me, at least, to get newsy developments and to get my news into everybody's news feed because of the way that Facebook has changed the rules.
Yeah, and I think you're on the other end of the spectrum, right? You're the one that's creating content. You're also delivering content. So a lot of people are consuming it, not necessarily creating it. So that is a bit of a change. You're more likely to stay on Facebook and use it because it's of value to you.
Yeah, journalists like to broadcast content through social networks.